YouTube, what's happening? What's going on? Ask a Realtor with your host, Joseph Ausmus. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys could tune in. I'm going to share a quick link here online to let people know that we are live and happening. And we'll get started. We got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Investment real estate. I'm going to kick it off with a little acoustic jam for you as well. Because I'm the Realtor musician. Got to keep it real. All right, here we go. And we are live. Sweet. Perfect. All right, let's jam it out. And then we'll get on to the real estate fun. Set up free. Feeling charged up now. Free. Gonna do it my way. All right, nice. That's just a little taste of a new jam I'm working on. Hope you guys like that. But yeah, wanted to keep it high energy here and kick ass because that's how we roll. Joseph here, your host of Ask a Realtor. So glad that you could tune in and check it out tonight. Wanted to talk from a very high level overview of investment real estate. So what I'm speaking to when I talk about investment real estate will be not necessarily buying a home that you're going to live in. Yes, that's absolutely an investment. I don't want to discredit you there at all. Especially because when you buy a home that you do live in, then you have the option to rent it out. You have the option to sell it. You can treat it as a flip, move in, renovate, and then sell it and move into another property. Uh, Absolutely a great strategy. What I'm talking about tonight, though, is specifically for second or third home that someone would purchase as an investment. So I hope that that's a topic of interest to you. But the format here on the live stream is very loosey goosey. Basically, if you have questions about a topic, stories that you want to share, or if you have questions that are completely off topic and random, and we can jump into a tangent, um, I'd say keep it real estate related since that's what we're here to chat about. But other than that, let's go nuts. Let's have fun. So, sweet. So, investment. The first thing, if you want to get into becoming a real estate investor, the first question that I'm going to ask you is why? What is your why? What is your reason for doing it? Is it financial freedom? Because that's huge right there. That could be it for a lot of folks, and never would knock that. But maybe it's something more. Maybe you want to revitalize neighborhoods by coming in and beautifying these homes and putting them back on the market for someone to move into and appreciate your work. That's awesome. Or maybe you want to provide um, nice, clean places for people to live. And you can tie all that into financial freedom because it's absolutely possible in real estate. Look how many millionaires and frankly billionaires have made their wealth through building it through real estate investing. So super exciting topic. I'm so glad that you guys are tuned in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you have anything that you want to throw in the chat while we go, I'm keeping an eye on it. So we're gonna rock and roll. But so you've got a strong, powerful why for getting into real estate investing, right? That's fantastic. Now, what type of investing do you want to get into? Do you want to get into flipping homes? So buying a property, doing renovations and upgrades. Maybe you're adding value by adding a second bathroom or an accessory dwelling unit, an apartment above the garage or something like that, and then putting it back out into the market and making a profit so that you can turn that profit into your next project. A lot of people love to go that way. Do you want to be a landlord? Do you want to buy and hold? So you buy a property and perhaps you have to do some renovations to it to get it ready for your renters, or um, the level of upgrades that it's at right now might command a certain rent, but if you upgrade it more, then you can actually increase the rents on that and thereby adding value to the investment. So that can be a way to go about it as well. And Bill, my man, thanks for tuning in. Um, that we can dive in another level here. Do you want to invest in single family or do you want to invest in multifamily? That would be your duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, apartment units. Do you want to invest in commercial real estate? There's so many different niches within investing. Um, Not enough time, definitely, to cover them all here tonight. But basically, it's up to you to determine what your strategy will be for investment. And then once you figure that out, then there's a few more questions that you need to figure out as part of your process. Um, if you're brand new to the game and you want to get into it, my best advice I can give you is to find a mentor. Find someone that is doing it, has done it, has had some success with it, can share what to do as well as what not to do, so that hopefully you can avoid some of those costly mistakes and have them walk alongside you through the process. um, it's all going to be very good you know information for you as you go. So who you partner up with can matter greatly. And that's another thing too. Are you going to partner with them on your first couple of deals so you can really learn how to do these investments? That might be a really good approach for you. If you prefer to just have them be as a consultant role, that's okay too. But surrounding yourself with good people that can help you along the way is going to be really important, because there there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate, and there's a lot of ways to make mistakes that will cost you money in real estate. So, so just something to be mindful of. I'm not trying to scare anyone here off from becoming an investor, but just know that um, that knowledge is going to be key for you. So if you don't have it, go get you some knowledge. And the best way to do it is to jump in and do it with someone that's already out there successful. Team up with them on some projects. Maybe you bring part of the funds into the project on their next flip, and you can learn the process with them. That might be a great way to kind of walk through and experience what it's like, and also as well, just to make sure it's something you really want to do. um, I was watching a show on TV with my wife the other day about you know, and I don't mean to knock this guy, because he did a really great job, but he spent 4 years flipping a house, and he came onto the show. I think of the show is called Buy My House. I can't remember what streaming service it's on, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a Shark Tank style. But there's a panel of investors sitting here, and that different people will bring different projects to them and stuff, and sometimes they want to partner with them on it, which is really cool. Takes it to the next level, right? Other than buying one property, they want to partner with them on a bunch of different deals. um, Building syndication. Love it, Bill, thank you. Yeah, man. That's kind of in line with this topic here is if you're if you have a group of investors that is kind of that definition of syndication if they're all going in on this deal or several deals, so those partnerships can kind of snowball into that. So, but it starts with really your first partner, right? And your first project or few projects, because people aren't going to be interested in bringing you in until you have a track record. And it's kind of this, catch 22 where you don't have a track record until you do it, and you need the partners, but you don't, have the experience sort of thing. So, this is a great way to go about it. Now, how are you going to find your deals? That's another really good question, because not every property for sale is a deal. A lot of folks like to mine the MLS for deals. And from my experience, people that list with an agent on the MLS, they are looking to sell to a consumer that's going to move into the home, and they're going to pay them top dollar for it. And maybe not necessarily someone that's going to move in, but that's typically the folks that we see are paying the most for a property, versus a seasoned investor would like to get that property at a discount. I mean, heck, we all would, but an investor, for that to make sense for them and their business model, usually they're not able to pay really what a retail end consumer would pay that's going to live in that home for 7 years, which is kind of the average number. When people buy a home, they live in it, on average about 7 years before they sell, move, what have you. So, um, with that in mind, um, where would be the best place to find deals? Off market. So again, talking about those partnerships, finding people that are out there looking for these off market deals, those are your real estate professionals. You have agents, you have wholesalers, that are out kind of pounding the pavement, making cold calls, marketing, looking for these deals. Like, you can dive in and do that type of stuff yourself. You can send out mailers. That's like a whole another class of how to market to find off market deals. But is it worth it to go ahead and partner with a professional that's going to find that opportunity for you? Find a realtor with an investment mindset that knows what you're looking for, what you're willing to pay for what you're looking for, and they'll go out there and they'll do the legwork for you to find that deal. It might be worth it to pay for it right there, because if the numbers make sense on the deal, then there's meat on the bone, as they say, and there's an opportunity for you to make money on the project, whether it's going to be a flip or buy and hold. So, with that being said, consider this as well. What is your exit strategy for that property? Are you looking to flip it right away? Um, are you, because the longer that you hold on to that property, the longer that it takes you to do your renovations, you have those holding costs, taxes, insurance, a mortgage if you use the mortgage to purchase it. So, you know, keep in mind that that time is really of the essence when you're trying to flip a property and make a profit. It can quickly eat into your profits if things get held up. Contractors flake on you. You got to find other contractors. So having a good team um, can be paramount to your project there. And then with the rental too, like, do the numbers make sense? Another good piece of advice I can give you is don't buy a property um, for the reason that you expect it or anticipate it to appreciate in value over time. If that's what your profits are hinging on, um, seasoned investors will tell you that that is a mistake, because you can't depend on that. Now, in Denver metro area or Colorado Springs, we've been very fortunate for a very long time that properties have been appreciating, not depreciating. But it's not that way in all markets. So depending on where you're investing, appreciation is not guaranteed. So if your deal is that, if your margins are that thin that the property needs to appreciate in value in order for the deal to make you money, it's probably not a deal that you want. So bear that in mind. But you know, essentially this is just a very high level overview. There's a ton more of weeds that we can get into on the topic, but I wanted to kind of give you that first high level intro before we dive into more nitty gritty stuff on future Ask Realtors. So I hope you guys got value out of this and enjoyed it. But from there, basically, I would invite you to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back at it doing this every single week, Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So I would love to see your smiling, faces, AKA typing in the chat, throwing a thumbs up on the video, and just participating and having some fun. All these are recorded for posterity. So there's 23 others you can go back and watch. And this one's recorded as well. So we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you.